Am I audible to you all? Yes. Shall we start? Good evening. Good evening. Clear. Fine. Fine. So today we'll be seeing 2014. So in our series of classes, so we have been seeing 2018, 17, 15, and today we'll be seeing 2014. Clear? Yes. So this is like, you're writing 2020, right? So 2020 prelims, you'll be writing your 2020 prelims. So 2020 prelims is like 6 years before. There are more chances that questions repeat just like this from this. So what happens, 6 years or 5 years before the question paper, if you take and see, there are so much chances of history and polity questions repeating by themselves, the same format, the same questions. This has happened many times. Okay, yes. So we will be seeing today the 2014 paper. For this, I would like to thank Unacademy for giving us such a large platform, India's largest learning platform, to have a preparation effectively for the preliminary examination. And about me, I'm an engineer. I have 4 years of teaching experience, and I have mentored many students. I'm an anthropology faculty, and I have a teaching experience in NEET also. So follow my Telegram channel. Today I will be sharing the PDFs of all the classes, all the four question papers and their explanation part also. And this is my profile links in the Unacademy. Just go and search for R Suba Keerthana, and you can see my special classes. I'm telling you, please go and revise. I know that you can't revise all the questions as of now, but at least everybody will be having one particular subject which they feel to be very tough, and please go and do that. And history part, I have stopped the history part for this previous year question paper. I'll be continuing it. Okay, I'll be continuing it from tomorrow. So I will let you know in the Telegram channel about the timings. Fine. Yes. So what you get in the subscription is your daily live classes, live test and quizzes, structured courses, and unlimited access. And you can download it in both the Play Store and the Apple Store. And you are, interacting with 100 plus top educators. And the syllabus is also designed in a comprehensive manner. So this is a subscription detail. So whenever you come to the subscription detail, do not forget to use my code SUBA Suba. You get a 10% of discount. Talking about Iconic and Plus, this is about both in class and out of class support. Plus is about in class support alone, because here you have a personal attention also. For both Plus and Iconic, you have a no cost EMI for 12 months and 24 months, and along with my code you get a additional 10% of offer. So please do think about it and act fast, because there is going to be a hike very soon. Fine. For both Plus and Iconic, you get my code. You can use the code SUBA, the first half of my name. Fine. So going into the question, the same rules and regulations, the question, and I will tell you the answer. Try to come up with the answer. Okay, on your side you try to get answer, and you guess the answer, and you check with the answer I give you. Okay, fine. Yes. So an anthropology classes, I will start anthropology classes after preliminary examination. Fine. After preliminary examination, I'm going to completely concentrate on mains, which is ethics plus anthropology. Fine. Ethics plus anthropology. I will also try to discuss some other mains oriented subject. We will talk about mains answer writing, most importantly mains answer writing. Okay. So now, as of now, since the prelims is very close, I would like to concentrate on preliminary related concepts. Okay, even though you are not giving your attempt this year, you are giving your attempt this year, it is irrelevant. Just attend my classes so you will have an idea about how to approach this prelims. Fine. So this is my special class. Like, you can go and search for the subject you are not confident enough about. So you might have some fear in your mind, right? Just go and see the videos of particular subject alone, and just clear all your doubts. Okay, fine. So let's go into the question today. So I already told you I'm not going to revise the content part much. We will talk about the basic content, yes, but mostly it's about strategy. Fine. Yes. In medieval India, the designation Mahathara Patakhila Mahatara, Patakila were used for what? So it is a, some questions come straight away from NCRTs. So these questions are, you should know from the NCRTs. So that is why it is important that you read the NCRTs at least once. Sometimes these kind of questions are, unless and until you study the history part very thoroughly, you can't answer these questions. Every time you get at least one question related to meanings. What is the meaning? Just the meaning. What is the meaning? That's all, like this. What does it mean? Banjara. Who are called as Banjaras? Traders. So these kind of straight to straight, what does that mean? Kind of question will come. So don't worry. You get the compilations. Just go and search in the internet related to the names used in medieval India and ancient India and their meanings, or the positions used in ancient India meanings, or sometimes the kind of land revenue systems, general revenue administration also has some names and their corresponding meanings. Okay, so such, just go and search and you will get answer for them. Okay, yes, good evening Hemant, good evening. Okay, next question. Lichens which are capable of initiating ecological succession even on a bare rock are actually a symbiotic association of. Lichens are symbiotic association, we know it very well. It's a symbiotic association between an algae and fungi. It's a very simple question. Lichens, lichens, people pronounce it in a different format, but it's a symbiotic relationship between algae and fungi. So symbiosis is a common term. Symbiosis is a relationship between two. So in that you have different kinds of symbiosis: commensalism, parasitism, and then you have benefit given for both kind of things. So this is related to algae and fungi. It's a mutualistic relationship. Mutualistic means both get benefited. So commensalism is, you have organism 1, organism 2, parasite, and then you have mutualistic. So in this what happens? Commensalism, one gets benefited, the other gets neither benefited nor affected. In parasite, one gets benefited, the other gets affected. So commensalism, I can give you example like algae grown on polar bear skin. So algae grows on polar bear skin, and the polar bear has no plus or minus for that. But algae has a warm place to survive. Polar bears are in Arctic, which is a very cold places. So algae, when they are not able to be grown on ice, they go for the polar bear's body, which is a bit warm. So they choose the polar bear's body. It's a form of commensalism. Parasitism is, we take the example of some parasite, ticks. You can take tick as the best example. So they consume on the blood of the animal. So one animal gets affected, the other animals get benefited. Mutualistic corals, both gets benefited. Okay, it's a symbiotic relationship where both get benefited. Okay, next. If you travel through Himalayas, you are likely to see which of the following plants. Cool. So you are traveling through Himalayas. They did not talk about which Himalayas. They are not talking about Western Himalayas or Trans Himalayas or Eastern Himalayas. They are saying you are traveling through Himalayas. You are likely to see which of the following plants naturally growing there. So in that situation, you see here sandalwood. Sandalwood we know very well is very much famous in Mysore or Karnataka. Very famous there. It is available in other places also. It is very famous there, which you see it in Western Ghats. Mysore sandal soap. You might have heard about this Mysore sandal soap. So Karnataka, this is very, sandalwood is very famous in the Western Ghats. So you can eliminate the third option. If you eliminate the third option itself, you get the answer. Something you already, one second. Okay, fine. Yes, sorry. I stand corrected. I'm really sorry. Sandalwood are found in eastern Himalayas. Yes, okay, foothills of Himalayas. So all the three options come into answer. So it's a NCRT based concept. I'm really sorry. I don't want to give you the wrong answer. All the above is the answer. Fine. Oak, rhododendron. See, rhododendrons are very much famous and are found in Himalayas. Fine. Rhododendrons are very much famous and found in Himalayas. And oak is also very famous. Sandalwood, you might get confused like I got confused, but it is available in the foothills of Himalayas and eastern slopes of Western Ghats and Orissa. So it is in the NCRT. So yes, you should definitely use this answer 1, 2 and 3. Clear? Next. Which are the following are some important pollutants released by steel industry? Fine. So oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. So in steel industry, we know very well coke is used. Coke is nothing but carbon. So when carbon is used, both complete combustion and incomplete combustion take place, right? Complete and incomplete combustion take place. So in that, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide can come. Yes, but we have to we know that 3 and 4 definitely come. Yes. So see 3 and 4, 1, 3 and 4 are there, 1, 2, 3 and 4 are there. You can eliminate two options. So either 1, 3 and 4 only or 1, 2, 3, 4. So sulfur, and one more thing is in iron ore you get, okay. So in iron ore you get other residues, which is oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen. So it's a very simple question. You need not think much, like all the 4 above are the pollutants released. Which of the kingdom? Have you ever seen this question again? I told you already, questions repeat. In 2017 paper, once we saw about this question, 2017 or 15, one previous year question, we saw this same question. Which are the following kingdoms were associated with the life of Buddha? I already told you questions get repeated again and again. Okay. So in that, Avanti, Kosala, Gandhara and Magadha. So the thing is, I already showed you the map also. The answer is 1, 3 and 4 only. Avanti is not found here. So because Avanti is found in this part, so you have the map like this. So mostly Buddha's life will be around this place only. Okay. So in that, Avanti will be found here, somewhat southern part. So that will not come as the answer. So the answer is, one second. Clear, guys? Fine. Okay, so the answer here is 1, 3 and 4 only. Avanti, Kosala and Magadha. Okay, yes, Kantara and Magadha. Okay, next. Every year, a month-long ecologically important campaign or festival is held during which certain communities, tribes or plant saplings of fruit-bearing trees. So which are the following are such community tribes? See, okay. Every year, a month-long ecologically important campaign or festival is held during which community plant samplings of fruit-bearing trees. See, this is Northeast festivals are very important. So where can I study this Northeast festival, ma'am? Okay. So where can I study this Northeast festival is like, see, Northeastern festivals are very important when you study in the current affairs. Don't worry that you should be studying all the festivals. So in current affairs, if you are seeing any Northeastern festivals, be sure that you are writing the answer properly. Okay, you are studying it properly. You have to study what you have to study in terms of Northeastern festivals are. First, you should know what is a festival, which state it is celebrated, which state it is celebrated. Third is that you should know what kind of festival it is. It is a mostly they celebrate nature related festivals only. It will be either agriculture harvesting festivals, or they are inviting spring kind of festivals. So please make sure what kind of festival they celebrate. Sometimes they celebrate Hinduism related festivals. Okay, so please be very sure about what kind of festival they are celebrating. So you should know the festival name, what state, what kind of festival it is. 4 fourth most important concept is that which tribe is related to that, which tribe or community is related to that festival. Do you understand? So which tribe or community is related to that festival? Sometimes when you study about the tribe or community, make sure that you know few points about that particular tribe. Okay, you won't get much festivals. Don't think that, ma'am, how can you study all these things? You will get some 5 festivals, in a current affair, in a particular year's current affair, you'll get a maximum of 5 current affairs, 5 festivals or something like that. So don't worry about it. Okay, yes. So here this festival, ecologically important campaign festival related to this fruit bearing trees, are celebrated by Gons and Korku. Okay, yes. The sales tax you pay while purchasing a toothpaste is, this question is not relevant now because we have the concept of GST now, so don't worry about it. So here sales tax is sales, purchasing while a toothpaste is a answer here is D, the tax imposed and collected by the state government. Okay, so we have goods and service tax, so this is different now. What does venture capital mean? So venture capital means a long-term startup capital provided to new entrepreneurs. It's again current affair. So 2013 to 14 current affair. What does venture capital mean? A long-term startup capital provided to new entrepreneurs. Fine? Yes. Next. The main objective of 12th five-year plan. Again, see, when you study five-year plans, what you should study. First year, you will have a main objective. One main objective. What is that? One main objective. Fine. Third, was it a success or failure? These three are the most important points related to five-year plans. In that, what is the major objective of 12th five-year plan is faster, sustainable and more inclusive growth was the main objective of 12th five-year plan. Okay. Yes. Am I audible, guys, to everyone? Is there any issue related to my voice? If the volume is low, please try to increase your mobile or laptop or tab, whatever you're using. Please try to increase the volume from your end also. Yes, please. Okay. Yes. Fine. Okay. Next. With reference to balance of payments, which of the following constitutes the current account? Fine. See, the people who may I know who are all giving your attempt this year? May I know who are all giving your attempts this year? Please drop a message here. I'll tell you why. There is a book called as Day-to-Day Economics. So Day-to-Day Economics is a book which is a very small book. It will be like a novel. It looks like a novel, but that book gives you a very good idea about all these concepts, the basic concepts of economics, basics of economics. If you want to study in a not much boring manner, some people force themselves on economics. So don't do that. If you want to have a good idea about economics, what is economics, you can go to this. Okay, so Day-to-Day Economics, it is available online as the PDF format or hard copy format. You can just find it out and study that. It's a very good book. It's a very small book. In that they clearly explain. So here what they're asking in terms of balance of payment, or which we call it as BOP, balance of payment, which of the following contributes the current account? Okay, so what does current account means? It includes the balance of trade related to exports and imports. So in that exports and imports, what do we have? So we have balance of trade, and foreign assets. The special drawing rights, balance of invisibles and all, sorry, balance of trade we have, balance of invisibles, special drawing rights and are all different. Okay, this both won't come. So 1 and 3 is the answer. It is related to imports and exports. Okay, the transaction between India and other countries come and come inside this current account. So balance of payment, you have current account and then all these things. Just go and see, uh, see for economics, I'm telling that's what I'm telling you. This day-to-day economics will give you a clear-cut idea about the basics of economics. How can you understand that? That you can get from this book definitely. It will be in a very normal in a language. It is written from Indian a person who has a link with Indian Institute of Management. So that book is like very simple. You can use it as a base, and then you have various sources for economics. Okay, so Indian economy by an IRS officer, Shankar Ganesh. That book is also good. Some people go for Ramesh Singh, but Ramesh Singh is not that much needed for preliminary examination as such. You can use it for mains, or some people who want economy or who are opting for economy optional can go for that. But that's very big. Okay, I don't suggest Ramesh Singh for people who are preparing for the preliminary examination. Day-to-day economics and Indian economy, these books are really, really good. Okay, but day-to-day economics will give you an idea. Indian economy, you know the technical terminologies and you know the formulas, all that are good. But if you want to understand economics, first go to day-to-day economics and then go to Indian economy book. Okay, yes. Next, the term margin landing facility rate and net demand time liabilities sometimes appearing in news is relation with banking operation. It was a current affair. Marginal standing facility and net demand time liabilities are related to banking operation. You can see appearing in news, current affairs. See, economics is very simple, guys. Once you understand economics, it is very simple. You only get two kinds of questions. One is current affair. Second, you get from the basics. That's all. No complex questions, no application based most questions and all you don't get in economics. Either you get straight away from current affair like this you saw in news, what is this? That's all. This you saw in this you have studied recently. This has been decided by the government. What is what? Kind of basic question only comes from current affair and basics of economics. Like what are liabilities? What are assets? Okay, what is current account? What is current account deficit? What does balance of payment mean? Kind of basic questions come from economics. But I see many people eliminating economics from preparation process. Please do that. Okay, that's very, very, very important. Without economics, you cannot write any. You cannot clear any paper, prelims or mains. It's really, really tough. Okay, try to understand economics. Don't just study economics. Fine. Coming here, which is or are the facility or facilitates the beneficiaries can get from the service of business correspondent. So bank sati, so it was again a current affair in branchless areas. Fine. So bank sati was current affair. So it enables beneficiaries to draw their subsidies and social security benefits in their villages. It enables the beneficiaries in the rural area to make deposits and withdrawals. It was a current affair and all the above is the answer. I mean both 1 and 2 is the answer. Fine. Next. In the context of Indian economy, which of the following is or are the purpose of statutory reserve requirements? Fine. Statutory reserve requirements. Okay. Only one. Please let me know who are all giving this attempt, guys. Please do let me know who are all giving this attempts. Please. Okay, fine. So in context of Indian economy, which are the following is or are the purpose of statutory reserve requirements? To enable the central bank to control the amount of advances the banks can create, to make the people's deposit with the bank safe and liquid, okay? To prevent commercial banks from making excessive profits, to force the banks to have sufficient vault cash to meet their day-to-day requirements. Fine. So what is the statutory, what is the statutory liquid, statutory reserve requirements? So it was also related to current affair. What is that? See, it is a statutory means by law. So reserve is an amount of cash a financial institution such as bank, credit union or insurance company must keep on hand to make obligations incurred by the accepting deposits and premium payments. In this, first and foremost thing, why the statutory reserve requirement? Statutory reserve means the bank should have some reserve amount. Okay. So why this is needed? First, the central bank can control the amount of advances the banks can create. Number one. Number two, people's deposit is safe. For example, I'll tell you how a bank works so that you will better understand. Okay. Yes. So how a bank works? A bank should definitely have a capital. They have a capital. Number one. Number two. Number two, the bank gets deposits from people. Fine. For this deposit, they give a certain interest. Clear? Third, the bank gives loans. For this loans, they get interest from people. They get interest here. Here they give interest to people. So what happens? The interest of, if you have noted everywhere, the interest for the deposit is less compared to the interest for the loans. So this is where their profit lies. Do you understand? So what happens? Deposit is inflow of money. They do have capital. They should have capital to start a bank. Their money, the bank invests money. They have a deposit. So for that deposit, the money is given to the bank. So they have some money, and for that they should give interest to the people. That interest will be less compared to the loans. So I am depositing 1 lakh. So what I'm doing, I'm depositing 1 lakh in the bank. So for 1 lakh, I will be getting very less only, maybe I might get, some 4%, 4% or something, very less. But for loans, I will be paying some 10%. I'm just, roughly telling you, this is not the exact percentage, I'm just roughly telling you. See, here the bank is getting the difference here. You see, 10% I am giving them, but only 4% I am getting from them. So the remaining is seen as the bank's profit. Okay. So this is how a bank runs. So this profit is what is making the bank run. So sometimes what happen, the bank will take the deposited amount only, then they give the loan. This is what happens. Sometimes banks without control, sometimes they want to see more profits. What they do, they give excess amount of deposits as loans. So now bank do not have some money, so they should have 100 crores. 100 crores of deposit came, in that they gave 90 crores as loans, only 10 crores are there. So this is the uh, situation now. So what happened? The people are now coming and withdrawing the amount, are withdrawing their 100 crores. Now how can the bank give their 100 crores back? They can't give. Now it is called as bankrupt. The bank has become, bankrupt, or now the bank has become failure. Fine, this is how a bank functions. So what happens to avoid these kind of situation, adverse situation, and to avoid the people losing their money? We have so much things like, CAR, capital adequacy ratio. This is something related to statutory reserve requirements, so that the people's deposit is safe and liquid within the bank. Liquid is like whenever the people want, they can take it. It's not like they should wait for time or something. It's safe and liquid. Whenever I am depositing the money, I'm going and taking it. I need not wait for time. So the statutory reserve requirement is for two things. One is the central bank can control, because central bank only tells how much percentage of amount should be kept as a reserve. And then safe and liquid with the bank. This making excessive profit or sufficient wall cash to meet their day-to-day requirements is not the function of RBI. It is not the work of RBI. This too you can eliminate. Okay. See, if you understand what is the functioning of bank, you can understand what the RBI will make. Do you understand? Yes. Arab Spring originated in, okay, this Arab Spring originally started which country? So it is Tunisia. So that is the answer. Arab began the overthrow of ruler Tunisia Ben Ali, who fled to Saudi Arabia. It was a current affair again. Consider the following countries Denmark, Russian Federation, United States of America, Japan, United Kingdom. Cool. Simple. Arctic Council. So Arctic Council are the countries which are related to, which are inside Arctic Circle. Okay, this I have discussed in my one of the special class, important data to be remembered in the environment. There is one special class there. I'm telling you, repeating it again. Really want to face questions related to environment, please do watch those videos. It will help you in a very big amount. I'm telling you. Okay, coming to this. See Denmark, if you are seeing the world map, what will happen is that you will see Denmark there. Denmark is there, Russian Federation is there, Japan will not be there. Okay, Japan is, in the tropics and temperates. It won't come to Arctic. So Japan you can eliminate. So United Kingdom also won't be there. But United States of America will be there. How, you can ask me, ma'am? Canada is here. And then America, USA comes here. Actually, you should have seen here, they have Alaska. The Canada will be like this. So then North America will be like this only. Now I'm drawing the rough map. It will be like this. So you have Canada here, you have USA here, and then you have Mexico here. And they have Alaska here. Alaska comes inside Arctic Circle. So United States of America is also coming there. So answer is 1, 3 and 5 only. Russia we know very well. Russia, Siberia, part of Russia, the northern Russia part is in the Arctic Circle. Clear? Yes. Regions often seen in news: Chechnya, Darfur, Swat Valley. So the answer is 1 only. Again, it's a current affair related question. All regions affected by some conflict. Darfur is in Sudan, Swat Valley is in Pakistan. Okay, some kind of conflict. Okay, I told you already, international relations or international affairs. International relations means you should know the difference between international affairs and international relations. International relations is relationship with India, relationship between India and other countries. International affair is relationship between some countries, some affairs happening in international, some affairs happening in some other country, we call it as international affairs. International relationship means India is linked with that. You should first of all understand what you are studying. In that international relations or international affairs, at least one question you get from map based, which place is in which country kind of question, or Mediterranean Sea or any important sea surrounded by what are all the countries surrounding this important sea, bordering this important sea, kind of questions will come. So whenever you study international relations or international affair, ensure that you are looking into the world map. We don't look into the world map at all. You should definitely see the world map. Okay, next. Reference to Agni 4 missile, which of the following statements are correct? So it is surface to surface missiles. It is fueled by liquid propellant only. It can deliver 1-ton nuclear warheads about 7,500 kilometers away. Fine. So here, see this. See, first surface to surface missile, I didn't say anything. I circled here only, and 7,500 kilometers away. See, we be very careful because 7,500 kilometers is a very large range. Clear? It's a really large range. It's very rare and very tough that we launch a missile for 7,500 kilometers to continent. Clear? So third option I can readily eliminate. I know that 7,500 kilometer might not the answer. So I'm eliminating 3 only and I get the answer. Clear? Solid propulsion is also there. See, 4,000 kilometer, that's what I tell you. Mostly it will be between 4,000 to 5,500 or something only. 7,500 is a very large range. It's not possible. At least as of now, it's not possible. It's a very special case in a very large range missile kind of thing might work. But Agni 4, definitely not. Okay, so it has a range of about 4,000 kilometer with 1-ton nuclear head. It has 2 stages of solid propulsion. Okay, so be very careful in answering these kind of questions. Some questions, even though you don't know the answer, you can think an answer. Okay, Yes. With reference to two non-conventional energy sources. What is non-conventional energy sources are? Which are not often used, which is a new energy source, alternative or new energy kind of source, called coal bed methane and shale gas. Consider the following statements. Coal bed methane is pure methane gas extracted from coal seams, while shale gas is a mixture of propane and butane only that can be extracted from fine grained sedimentary rocks. Okay. In India, abundant coal bed methane sources exist, but so far no shale gas sources found. Fine. So let's see the answer. See, the answer is neither one nor two. How? See, it's a mixture of propane and butane only. That's wrong. It's a mixture of methane because methane is the one which is combustible here. Methane, propane, butane are there, but methane is the main important combustion here. If methane is not available, we cannot use it for combustion purpose. So the first statement I had a doubt because they gave this only term, and sometimes it only is not always wrong. I'm telling you again, but still I know very well that methane is the important combustible gas. If that is not present, you can't use it as a source of combustion, number one. Number two is that you can see that so far no shale gas sources have been found. If no shale gas sources have been found in India, we could not have been studying it in the current affairs, or you will not get it in the examination first of all. Since you are studying it in the current affairs, you should have studied at least that year. You will, if this kind of current affair comes, you will definitely know even the place where the shale gas has been found out. So don't worry about these kind of questions. Okay, in this examination, if you get any related to current affairs, you will be able to find out. But keep in mind about this methane concept. Okay, sometimes this might look right, but methane is a combustible compound here, the most important combustible compound here. If that is not present, you can't use it as proper combustible material. Okay, so yes. With reference to Changpa community of India, consider the following statement. They live mainly in the state of Uttarakhand. They rear the Pashmina goats that yield a fine wool. They are kept in the category of scheduled tribes. Okay. So, Pashmina is right, but Pashmina is very famous in Kashmir. We know that very well. Fine. So, Uttarakhand is a very important question. Pashmina goats and they are in scheduled tribes are fine. See, Ladakh region of Jammu and Kashmir. Pashmina has been given GA also, GA tag also. You should very well know that Kashmiri Pashmina shawls are very, very famous. Fine. So in that statement, I am eliminating one. I am getting the answer B, 2 and 3 only. Okay. Yes. It's a tribe and who come under the concept of scheduled tribes. See, why I asked you people to mention if you are giving this attempt or is that previous year question paper you should study. If you are giving this attempt or not, you should know previous year question papers, number one. Number two is that strategical preparation only will help you in scoring more marks, because preliminary examination, I'm telling you, is not a knowledge test. Keep it in mind. It's not a knowledge test. Clear? They are not checking your knowledge because Google gives you the information nowadays. You take the book and you can check. But you have a data and there you have to take a decision. How are you going to take the decision is what is about preliminary examination. So please be very careful in reading the questions. See, whenever I read a question, what I'm doing, I'm underlining the terms which I am having a doubt on. You can see this question. In this question, when I was reading this question, I round this only and I underlined 7,500 meter because I have doubt on these two words. It's not because I have prepared this question. No, when I read a question itself, I'm underlining the words which I'm having a doubt on. So if you understand this is not the correct fact, this fact is having some discrepancy, you get the answer. Because we are all not computers. We can't keep every data in mind. But we are more better than computer because we can analyze the data what we have and come to a very good decision. That is what UPSC expects from you. That is why I asked you people, are you giving your attempt this year or not? You give your attempt this year or you give your attempt next year, but your preparation should start from previous year question. Clear? You should go to the previous year question and understand what UPSC expects. They are not asking you to memorize all the numbers. They're not asking you to memorize, all the concepts. No, memorizing the word itself is irrelevant here. That data itself is like minimum data is what you need, not all the data. You need the minimum data. Some people ask me, ma'am, what book to study, what book to refer. See, you refer any book, one book, but that book you should be very clear about. That's all. Fine. There is no such concept called as best book for UPSC examination for any subject. I will not tell you best for book for UPSC examination for any subject. Whatever book you refer, whatever you feel comfortable, you refer. But please ensure that you understand the concept. Please ensure that you have taken in the important data. That's all. That place where you eliminate the unwanted data is the trick here. It's not you taking inside the data. Where you eliminate the unwanted data, where you are cleaning your memory and just keeping whatever you want is the most important part. Clear? Fine. In India, cluster bean, gar, is traditionally used as a vegetable or animal feed. But recently, the cultivation of this has assumed significance. Which one of the following statement is correct in this context? So, that time this cluster bean came in the current affair. Why? We know very well it was the gum used. The gum made from its seed was used in the extraction of shale gas. See, shale gas was current affair that year. This is what I'm telling you. You take any question paper, you will see, one important concept. That year, what is the need for our country? This year, what is the need for our country? Health, economics, technology. So questions might come from this very importantly. Environment, now it is gaining more importance. Clear? But this year, health, economics, technology are more important. At that year, energy was very important. Last year, 2019 question paper, if you take and see, you will get more question from waste management. 2019, minimum of 3 to 4 question came just from waste management. So, UPSC asks the question which are important, not just any data. Clear? See, shale gas, 2 questions we got just from shale gas related question. Fine. So that is what UPSC is. UPSC is a bureaucrat selection examination. What bureaucrat needs? Does a bureaucrat need about some data? No. They need some data which impacts this country. Energy. If there is need for energy, we should know about energy. Today we have a issue related to health. So be ready with any health related concepts. Generally, what is communicable, non-communicable disease? Generally, what are the legislations related to health in our country? In general, about virus, in general, about bacteria, in general, about vaccines, in general, related to test, what are all the kind of tests conducted? Now, what is the test conducted for, corona? Kind of questions will be expected in the examination. This DNA, RNA related concept in terms of virus, these kind of question will come. Clear? Fine. Next. The partition of Bengal made by Lord Curzon in 1905 lasted till. See, they did not ask when did partition of Bengal take place. This 1905 Lord Curzon's partition of Bengal lasted till what? The First World War, when Indian troops were needed by the British and partition was ended. King George V abrogated Curzon's act as the Royal Darbar in 1911. DG launched a civil disobedience movement, partition of India in 1947, when East Bengal became East Pakistan. See, King George V, it just ended in 6 years. That's all. Civil disobedience movement, 1930. So 1947. See, the division was there, but officially, see, the division officially ended in 1911. Okay, but the division was there among the people. Okay, the West Bengal and East Bengal was there, but officially the partition of Bengal was ended when the King George V abrogated that in the Royal Darbar. Clear? Next. The 1929 session of Indian National Congress, because of Purna Swaraj. See, this is very interesting. Why? In 1928, we got Nehru Report. What is this Nehru Report? Motilal Nehru released this Nehru Report because there was a challenge given to Indians that we should create a model Indian constitution. In that Nehru Report, Motilal Nehru was a moderate. He spoke dominion status. His son Jawaharlal Nehru was an extremist. So the extremists were not satisfied with this Nehru report, and immediately next year in 1929, Jawaharlal Nehru became the president of Indian National Congress session, and he declared this Purna Swaraj declaration. Fine, in Lahore session. So that is what is this Purna Swaraj. So in terms of history, how can I study, ma'am, in history? Don't worry, there are two options. One, if you have already studied history, you should know the reasons behind every year. So you should, 1927 Simon Commission was formed, and then what happened? 1928 Simon Commission came to India. In that year 1928 only, they challenged that Nehru report was released. In that Nehru report, Motilal Nehru spoke about dominion status, but his son Jawaharlal Nehru was in the extremist part, which the extremists did not like the dominion status. So they adopted this Purna Swaraj declaration in the very next year Indian National Congress session. This is the story. If you know this concept, you will now you are remembering Simon Commission, you remember the Nehru report, you remember the Purna Swaraj, and you also know Lahore Declaration and 1929 who was the President of Indian National Congress session, Jawaharlal Nehru. Clear? This is how you should study history. It's not like you are memorizing 1928. One more thing is there. Just go to my special class, important data to be remembered in modern history. There I have given you important Indian National Congress sessions. Very important. I have given you hardly some 20 to 25 sessions only. That I also have informed you how to remember those sessions. I have given you three datas: year, place of session, and who was the head. Just go and read that. You can answer any question related to Indian National Congress sessions. Clear? Just go and watch that video. Definitely important it is. Next question. With reference to famous Satria Dance, consider the following statement. It's a combination of music, dance, and drama. It is a century-old tradition of Vaishnavites of Assam. It is based on classical ragas and talas of devotional songs composed by Tulsidas, Kabir, and Mirabai. Clear? So I told you already northeast based concept. It's 1 and 2 only, because classical ragas in northeast, if you see this kind of classical ragas, you should think an answer, because in northeast mostly these these devotional based songs have got transformed based on the local culture. Clear? So this, it is based on classical ragas. Some should think about when you're talking about some northeastern festival. Okay, next. Chaitra 1, the national calendar based on the Saka era, corresponds to which of the following dates of the Gregorian calendar in the normal year of 365 days? So it's 22nd March or 21st March. It's a straight question. So Chaitra 1, Chitra 1 or something. So it is in the 22nd March or 21st March. 1 or 2 days might vary. Okay. The Ghadar was a revolutionary association of Indians with headquarters at San Francisco, nationalist organization operating from Singapore, militant organization with headquarters at Berlin, communist movement of Indian freedom at headquarters at Tak. Its answer A, Ghadar party was the revolutionary terrorist association in San Francisco. It's a very straight and simple question. Clear? Next. With reference to India's culture and tradition, Kalaripayattu. Kalaripayattu is, it's an ancient bhakti cult. No, it's an ancient style bronze work. Ancient dance drama and a living tradition in the northern Malabar. It's an ancient martial art. Kalaripayattu is an ancient martial art and a living tradition in some parts of South India. It's a living tradition in South India, some parts of South India is the answer. So very important. It's a straight question. It's from art and culture and straight question. Okay. It must have come in current affairs. Okay, it's related to classical dance. Dances and the states. Gharba, Gujarat, Mohiniyattam, Odisha, Yakshagana, Karnataka. Mohiniyattam is definitely Kerala. So I'm eliminating second option. So I have eliminated two options. It's one only, one and three only. Gharba in Gujarat, I know. Yakshagana is also in Karnataka. Yeah. So I'm taking the answer. It's in the art and culture book. If you're following Nitin Sinhania, you might have seen all these things in that book only. Okay. Dance forms, classical dance forms and folk dance forms. In that you will see all these. Okay. With reference to Buddhist history, tradition and culture in India, consider the following: famous shrines and their location. Thabo Monastery and Temple Complex, Lohat Satwa Lakang, Zanskar Valley, Alchi Temple Complex, Ladakh. So it's answer C, 1 and 3 only. It should have come in current affair. Village of Nako, all these things, it should have come in current affair, art and culture related concept. There is nothing much about concept here. It's a pure fact-based questions. I'm repeating again. If there is any question related to fact, fine. So I'm telling you one more thing. So always it's the three level attempting of the questions. First level easy questions and you're 100% sure this is the answer. Give the attempt. Second round you should go to the question which are not 100. It's sorry 100%, but you should think. You are thinking and you are getting the answer. Second round. Third round 50-50. Fourth round is like you have not attempted the enough questions. 75 to 90 questions you have not attempted. Then you are going to take risk. Then only you have to go these kind of data based questions. In my opinion, if there are data based question, in data based question either you get wrong or right only. There is no in between here. So unless and until you know the answer 100% or at least 50%, don't attempt these questions. If you are not able to eliminate at least two options, then don't go for that question, I'm telling you. Okay, so this is all should be your last resort. You should not go for the first itself. At least you have eliminated two options. Only two options are there and you should take a decision over there. That also you are going to eliminate one option. There you are not going to choose one option. You are going to eliminate one option. That elimination should also have a backup data. Think you know the answer for all the question I'm telling you. If you don't know the answer, not even a single chance, don't take risk. I'm telling you, it's a negative mark. Fine. These kind of data based questions are something that you should be very, we should be very careful when you are attending these questions. Clear? Yes. Baijak is a composition of teachings of Saint Dhadu Dayal. The philosophy of Pushti Marg was propounded by Madhavacharya. So the answer is neither one nor two. This is again fact-based question. Vallabhacharya's philosophy was known as Pushti Marga. Kabir's idea was called as Baijak. Okay. Next. Community of peoples called as Manganiyas. Manganiyas or Manganiyas is well known for their martial arts in Northeast India, musical traditions in Northwest India, classical vocal music in South India, Pietra Dura tradition in Central India. Find the answer is musical tradition in Northwest India. Northwest is, what is the Northwest? We know about Northeast. Northwest is you have Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat. This place you call it as Northwest. Okay. Queen Victoria's proclamation. What were the objects of Queen Victoria's proclamation? Of 1858, to disclaim any intention to annex Indian states, to place Indian administration under the British crown, to regulate the East India Company's trade with India. Okay, so here answer is 1 and 2 only. The answer is 1 and 2 only. So to regulate East India Company's trade, the British clearly said that you will remain only as the traders. You have nothing to do with administration, and the British completely took over the administration. Okay, so they gave the clear-cut ideology. But this Queen Victoria's proclamation did not have any objective related to trade of English East India Company. But they disclaim that they don't have any intention to annex Indian state and they will be giving a good governance, good administration to India. That is what was the proclamation of Queen Victoria. Okay, next. Ibadat Khanna at Fatehpur Sikri was the mosque for the use of royal family, Akbar's private prayer chamber, the hall in which Akbar held discussion with scholars of various religions, the room in which the nobles belonging to different religions gathered to discuss religious affairs. Very important. In Fatehpur Sikri, now Akbar was very well known for his religious tolerance. So he had a hall in Fatehpur Sikri, Ibadat Khana. So it's a place where he held discussions with scholars of various religions. Okay, it's very important. These kind of questions might repeat. These kind of history based questions might repeat. In the context of food and nutritional security of India, enhancing the seed replacement rates of various crops helps in achieving the food production targets of future. But are the constraints in its wider or greater implementation? There is no national seeds policy in place. There is no participation of private sector seed companies in the supply of quality seeds of vegetables and planting materials of horticulture crops. There is a demand supply gap regarding quality seeds in case of low value and high value crops. So here the answer is 3 only, because we have this national seeds policy of 2002 and we know very well private companies play a major role. This question is like the first statement, unless and until you know this, you have a national seed policy of 2002, this question cannot be touched. Okay, keep that in mind. This question cannot be touched. Ecosensitive zones. What is ecosensitive zones? Ecosensitive zones are zones which are declared under Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Okay. The purpose of declaration of ecosensitive zone is to prohibit all kinds of human activities in those zones except agriculture. Clear? See, that is why I underlined both. Ecosensitive zones come under the concept of Environmental Protection Act of 1986. I told you already clearly what is Wildlife Protection Act. In Wildlife Protection Act, we have the concept related to wildlife, that is animals and plants. Clear? So this Wildlife Protection Act will not give you the details related to eco-sensitive zone. It came under 1986 Environmental Protection Act. And I already told you this, if you see this kind of statement, extreme statements, all kinds of human activities. See, any governmental legislations will not be made in an extreme statement. Government legislations or international organizations convention will not be made in an extreme ideology. They are mostly made in the concept of specific reason. So in that specific reason, in that one specific reason is that it is not prohibiting all kinds of human activity but specific to each zone. Activities are prohibited generally, in one zone agriculture might be prohibited, in one zone mining will be prohibited. It is based on that particular zone. Okay, so the answer is D. Animal Welfare Board of India is established under the Environmental Protection Act. National Tiger Conservation Authority is a statutory body. National Ganga River Basin is Basin Authority is chaired by Prime Minister. Okay, in this National Ganga River Basin Authority is chaired by Prime Minister. True. Okay, 3 is right. That is why I underlined these two. National Tiger Conservation Authority is also a statutory body because it was formed under Wildlife Protection Act. Yes, but this Animal Welfare Board of India is not under Environmental Protection Act. It was under Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act of 1960. The answer is 2 and 3 only. Clear? Yes. See, 2 questions related to Environmental Protection Act alone that year. That too nearby questions. Be very careful when you're answering. Okay, very straight away question. Vitamin C is scurvy, right? Vitamin D rickets. But we know very well vitamin A causes night blindness, not vitamin E. So answer is okay, correctly matched. 1 and 2 only correctly matched. This we have studied in school itself. Okay. There is some concern regarding the nanoparticles of some chemical elements that are used by industry in the manufacture of various products. Why? They can accumulate in the environment and contaminate soil and water. Right, very true. Chemicals in general, that too nanoparticles have very high penetration rate, and there is a very high possibility that they can accumulate in the environment and contaminate water. They can enter food chains. True. They can trigger the production of free radicals. Yes, the answer is all the above. It's a very simple question. It's a very basic and simple question you can answer. World Economic Outlook. Which of the organization bring out the publication of World Economic Outlook? Okay. The International Monetary Fund. So I told you already, if you know the reports of World Economic Forum and World Bank alone, you can eliminate two options here, because you will know that they are not the reports of WEF or World Bank. United Nations Development Program. See, United Nations Development Program is a action-based organization. They jump in action. They do not release reports. They jump in action. They give funding, or they do some projects kind of concept. Mostly they don't release reports. If you in current affair, if you are reading UNDP report, please keep that in mind. This is a minimum data but a very unique data. That's what I tell you always. So some organization are meant to do something. United Nations Development Program gives fund, or they do projects related to everything, not just environment. They do every project related to everything. But World Economic Forum and World Bank might have released this World Economic Outlook. But I already told you, I'm repeatedly telling you, study the reports of World Economic Forum and World Bank. Keep them in mind, World Economic Forum's report and World Bank. You can readily eliminate World Economic Forum and World Bank. If you have eliminated them both, you know that UNDP will not come as the answer, because it is an action-based organization, not report-releasing organization. Then one more thing is, UNDP will not specifically release related to economics, but International Monetary Fund can, because they are related to economy-related organization. So you come to the answer A. Do you understand how you should eliminate report-based questions? Some person asked me, how can I remember all the reports? You cannot remember all the reports. Not possible remembering all the reports unless and until you only study reports based concept, and that's not needed also. Okay, you here there is no need of you remembering all the data related to reports, but you can do one thing. You can study World Economic Forum and World Bank's report, so you can eliminate. See, every questions you will see World Bank as one of the option, and I will tell you everyone will go for World Bank only, because psychologically we are all we are all programmed to choose something we know about. Okay, here comparatively in all these four organizations, everybody knows World Bank. So when there is a urge in the examination hall under stress, you have to take a risk. Immediately you choose World Bank. But the World Bank is mostly given in a place such that it is a trap. Mostly, not every question. Mostly it is given as a trap. So think and answer. That is why I'm telling you, study the reports of World Economic Forum, World Bank, and then so that you know the major reports. So if they are coming in the option, you can either choose them straight away as the answer, or you can at least use them for elimination. Clear? We'll go to the next question. With reference to union budget, which of the following are covered under non-plan expenditure? Fine. Non-plan expenditure is like 1, 2, 3 and 4, all these 4 comes under this non-plan expenditure. Defense, interest payments, salaries and pensions, subsidies, all these 4 come under non-plan expenditure. If the interest rate is decreased in economy, if the interest rate is decreased in an economy, it will decrease the consumption expenditure in the economy, increase the tax collection of government, increase the investment expenditure in the economy, increase the total savings in the economy. Okay. So what happens here? Interest rate. What do they say about interest rate here? Okay. So interest rate is decreased. For example, loan interest is decreased. So I was getting a loan for 10%. Now banks are giving loan for 5%. Will people take more loans or not? Yes, they will definitely take more loans. When they take more loans, money is circulated in the market. Money circulation is there. Money circulation is high in the market. So see here, decrease the consumption expenditure, obviously it will increase the consumption expenditure. People have more money, so they will spend more for consumption. Some kind of product they will spend more. Increase the tax collection. This interest rate and tax collection has nothing to do with. Okay, this is monetary policy. Tax collection is a different concept. It's a government based concept. Tax collection, that's different. That will not come as the answer. Increase in the total savings. See, people will start getting loan and people will start spending. Total savings will not be relevant, but people are getting more loans, so people will start investing, like they will construct house or they will start business. Do you understand? So generally if interest decreases, it can be any kind of interest. In deposit also, if interest is decreasing, people will not deposit in the bank, they will spend the money. Loan rate is decreasing, people will get money from the bank and they will spend for something. Generally if interest decreases, spending will increase. That spending here, if you see, if they have given increase in the consumption expenditure, that is also right. So if interest rate decreases, people will start spending money instead of saving, okay, because the deposit will not give them profit. So what they are doing, they are investing in something. So investment expenditure only will increase. Loans will be got from the government and it will be increasing the investment expenditure. Clear now? Okay, see these kind of economics questions, why I am telling you, understand economics, only then these questions can be easy. You should not go and get confused in the examination hall. Clear? Yes. Next. See, decreased rates will ensure the availability of capital. That is, you can get easily loan. Instead of 10%, 5% loan is given. So people will get that money and invest in something. They will construct house, they will start a business, factory, something like that. Okay. Next. Consider following statement. The president shall make rules for the more. See, till now I have noted one thing. You get at least one question related to president. Yes or no? Can you all deny it? One question at least related to president. So there is a video especially I have made on president. Please go do and watch it. I have clearly explained about all the things related to president. Fine. See, don't think that ma'am is telling go and watch video. Because of you going and watching video, I don't get any benefit, but you can clear the examination clearly because I have chosen every video I make because I know what is needed. The important data, environment, modern India, your polity videos. I know very well polity videos are more important because without understanding of polity, without understanding of constitution, you cannot attend any question related to polity. Okay, you might have referred some material. Even though you study Lakshmikant, what will happen is you will be reading Lakshmikant, but you don't know the nook and corners. What is that trick? What is that important key they have given in constitution? Why that particular part have been given in constitution? Why it is called as president's rule? Why it is called as constitutional emergency and not state emergency? Why it is called as national emergency? What is that thing made changed in 44th Amendment Act? Why it was changed in 44th Amendment Act? What is the difference between president and governor? What is the relationship between center and state? Why we chose parliamentary form of government instead of presidential form of government? Or what is that one key term which makes India the parliamentary form of government? Collective responsibility. Because of that, what are all the checks that have been placed in the constitution to check the responsibility of executive? In budget, what are all the important features? See, these are the things, even though you study Lakshmikant, it's not possible to study by yourself. Please go and refer my video. Till now we discussed 4 papers. In all the 4 papers, at least one question comes from president. At least one question comes from budget. At least one question comes from Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state assembly or state legislative council. One question comes from governor. Clear? These are the important points you should definitely know before answering the questions. Clear? Let's go into this. The President shall make rules for the more convenient transaction of the business of Government of India and for the allocation among ministers of the said business. All executive action of the India shall be expressed to be taken in the name of Prime Minister. Definitely not. Second statement completely wrong, because the Prime Minister might be the real head, but the head of the executive here, head of the executive here is President only. The executive power is vested in the President only. So the statement is completely wrong. Any executive action taken in India is taken in the name of President. Prime Minister is just one among equal. He is not a special person. Fine. So second statement is completely wrong. And here the allocation among the ministers of said business is done by the President only, but on the advice of Prime Minister. Okay, but still it is done by the President only. The first statement is right, but the second statement is wrong. Clear? Yes. According to Article 77, second statement is wrong. We know that it's under the President. I already told you. Fine. Consider the following statement regarding no confidence motion. No confidence motion. There is no mention of no confidence motion in the Constitution of India. Motion of no confidence can be introduced in the Lok Sabha only. Second statement is right. Very true. But is it not mentioned in Lok Sabha? Yes. I mean, not mentioned in Constitution. No, it is mentioned in the rules book only, not mentioned in the Constitution. So both 1 and 2 are right. Okay. Yes. With reference to neem tree, consider following statement. Neem oil can be used as pesticide to control the proliferation of some species of insects and mites. Very true. Very true. Neem seeds are used in the manufacture of biofuel and hospital detergents. Okay. Neem oil has applications. This is very true. But biofuel, I have a doubt. Let's check. All the above. Yes. I know very well hospital detergents, but biofuel, I had a doubt, but that's true. That's also true. So neem, we know very well neem is a wonder tree. Every part of neem has benefits. Every part, starting from the branches, barks, leaves, and then the fruit, seed, everything has benefits. So one such question came from neem. Okay. Yes. Which of the following is a process involved in photosynthesis? See this question. It's a basic question. But we people will definitely commit a mistake. How? We'll see. Potential energy is released to form free energy. Okay. Free energy is converted into potential energy and stored. Okay. Food is oxidized to release carbon dioxide and water. Okay. Oxygen is taken and carbon dioxide, water vapor are given out. See this. I already told you once. If two statements are same, if two options, not two statements, if two options are same, both are wrong, because two options cannot be answered. See C and D. Food is oxidized to release, oxygen is taken. What is the oxidation? Oxygen is taken in, that is oxidation. So both C and D are wrong. See, carbon dioxide and water is given out. Carbon dioxide and water vapor are given out. Both the options are same. I am eliminating both the options. So in the examination, if you see two options are same, two options are wrong, because two options cannot be right in the examination. See, they are same, just the words are different. Okay. Potential energy is released to form free energy. Free energy is converted into potential energy and stored. Option B is right. How? See, free energy, sunlight. Sunlight is a free energy, right? We are using sunlight, free energy. Carbon dioxide plus water. Carbon dioxide is in the atmosphere, which is free. Water is also water vapor in the atmosphere or from root, soil, whatever kind. So you get some glucose or any kind of starch. And that starch is stored or not? Stored in form of fruits or seeds, right? So second statement is right. You are not releasing something. That is, something is available outside. You are taking it inside, processing it, and you are storing it. Option B is right. That is what is photosynthesis. Clear? Next. In addition to fingerprint scanning, which of the following can be used in the biometric identification of a person? Iris scanning, retinal scanning, voice recognition. See, iris scanning, retinal scanning, voice recognition. In this, all the three can be answered because we know very well iris scanning is done in Aadhaar. Okay. So retinal scanning is usually done. Voice recognition is also there in biometrics. Which of the following statement is correct regarding the vegetative propagation of plants? Vegetative propagation produces clonal population. Very true. Because what is vegetative propagation? There is a plant. A part of plant will form a new plant. So there is no mixing up of DNAs. So that plant's same DNA only will be present. That is, mother plant's DNA only will be present in the new plant. First statement is right. Vegetative propagation helps in eliminating the virus. Okay. Vegetative propagation can be practiced most of the year. Okay. So in this, first completely right. You eliminate one option. 1 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3 only. But according to me, second statement helping in the elimination of virus have no relevance. It is not, you cannot tell that, just because you are doing the vegetative propagation, virus will not be present. No, virus is completely different. So I can eliminate both the options. And terms of this vegetative propagation can be practiced most of the year. That's very true because vegetative propagation does not need any specific, uh, you know, uh, specific conditions for growth. For reproduction, we need specific condition. But for vegetative propagation, we don't want, specific condition. So most of the year, vegetative propagation can be practiced. Okay, that is the answer. Okay, yes. Which of the following is correct? Spacecraft. So again, this was a current affair. So the answer is B here, 2 and 3 only. Messenger mapping and investigating, Voyager 1 and 2 exploring the outer solar system. Cassini-Huygens is related to planet Saturn, but here they have given it as orbiting Venus. It was that year's, that 2013 current affair related to space. Okay. Consider the following region well known for the production of Kinnaur, Arecanut, Coromandel soybean, Mewat, mango. Okay, answer is D. None of the above is the right answer. Because arecanut is grown in south region, mango in central and south India, soya bean predominantly in central India. So these are all you should know. This is agriculture based question. That is why I always tell you people to do one thing. What? You have some maps in your atlas. You take your atlas. So in atlas, what you have is agriculture based maps. In that agriculture itself, you have food crops, cash crops, and then you have mines, minerals related maps, forest related maps, all these things. You should study them. You should generally study those maps. Instead of reading it as a data, those maps will help you. When you analyze those maps, it will help you a lot. Okay? Yes. Which of the following is an example of chemical change? Crystallization of sodium chloride. So when you crystallize sodium chloride, it's a physical change, not chemical change, which means it is changing its state from liquid to solid. Melting of ice is again a physical change because it is converting from solid to liquid. But souring of milk is a chemical change. Okay, the answer is thinly. It's a very simple basic chemistry question. Fine. The power of Supreme Court of India to decide disputes between the center and states falls under original jurisdiction. Straight question, no doubt. Power of Supreme Court of India to decide disputes between the center and state falls in original jurisdiction. Simple. Consider following techniques or phenomena: budding and crafting in fruit plants, cytoplasmic male sterility, gene silencing. Which of the one is used to create transgenic crops? Transgenic crops, answer is 2 and 3 only, because 2 and 3 only you are relating it to gene. Budding and crafting is related to physical features only. So what happens? You are doing this grafting. Grafting means you have a tree. Okay, so there is a branch. I'm cutting the part of branch and I'm joining a new branch of different plant. So when I'm joining the branch of different plant, So this side part will give plant 1 related fruits. This, after I grafted, this will give part 2, plant 2 related fruits. But if you take the DNA and check, if you take the DNA of this plant and check, this will be plants 1 DNA, this will be plants 2 DNA. There won't be any mixing of DNAs, there won't be any mixing of genes. But cytoplasmic mass sterility and gene silencing are related to genes. Here they are talking about transgenic crops or transgenic crops only. So first is just a physical phenomena, it's not a genetic phenomena, but second and third are genetic phenomena. Okay. Maize can be used in the production of starch, we know very well, corn starch, corn flour. Oil extracted from maize can be a feedstock for biodiesel. Obviously, yes. Alcoholic beverage can be used using maize. So whenever you have starch, we can create alcohol from them. Fermentation of starch gives us alcohol. So answer is all the above. It's a very simple question. You can just think and answer. Don't overthink in these kind of questions, I'm telling you. Okay, some people will commit a mistake by overthinking certain questions. These are some questions that we might overthink. Among the following organism, which one does not belong to the class of other three? See, usually in 2000, you can see it is a 2014 question. 2014 question. Till 2015, we were getting basic question from biology. Basic biology. Now in biology, we get questions mostly from genetics. Fine. That time you had this class related questions. Crab, mite, scorpion, spider. So in this, crab is a crustacean. It is not arthropoda. So mite, scorpion, spider all come under the concept of insect. Okay, crab does not belong to this Arachnida family. They belong to crustacean. Fine. So that is the answer. Okay. The power to increase the number of judges in the Supreme Court in India is vested with the Parliament. Straight away. Parliament can only increase the jurisdiction of Supreme Court. Who has the power to increase jurisdiction of Supreme Court? Parliament. President only appoints judges. Chief Justice of India recommends the President related to appointment. Law Commission is different. Okay, they do not have anything in related to this appointment of judges or something kind of concept. Next, Bhadrachalam, Chanderi, Kanchipuram, Karnal, which of the following are famous for the production of traditional saris and fabrics? Chanderi, Kanchipuram, I know for sure. So 2 and 3, you have, okay, I'm eliminating 1 and 2 only, 1, 3 and 4 only. I know 2 and 3 for sure. So let's see what is the answer. See, 2 and 3 is the answer. See, some people will have interest in fashion. Don't just, when you have passion about something, when you have interest in something, just get involved inside it and start learning more. It will help you somewhere in UPSC, anywhere, in your mains, in your prelims, or in your interview. So actually, I have already mentioned, I was doing an business, very small business. Monthly I will be seeing a profit of some 1000 or 1200 only, but it was so very good thing. But I learned things. Chanderi is a very famous silk. Kanjipuram is very much known for weaving. Chanderi is a silk and cotton mixed kind of material. It will be really, really good. This many people are wearing today. Girls, you might be wearing today. Boys, you might have seen it, your mother wearing it, your sister wearing it. Sometimes you might have wear some dress related to that, but you don't know what is Chanderi and where it belongs to. So this two, Chanderi and Kanchipuram, are very famous. It's a name of the place. Many dresses, Maheshwari silk, is based on, it's from a place where the place called as Maheshwari. Okay, Banaras is very famous in Varanasi, and then Upada is famous in Andhra Pradesh. Ikat is also famous in Andhra Pradesh, and then Kalamkari is famous in Andhra Pradesh. Tamil Nadu has this Kanchipuram, and then Karaikudi cotton saris, and then Kerala, we know that Mundu saris are very famous in Kerala, and then Gujarat, Surat is very famous for Georgette related dresses. Kashmir is very famous for pashminas. And then you have Rajasthan side, you have very famous for Jaipur cotton. Block printed dresses are very famous in Rajasthan. These dresses you are all wearing in day-to-day life, but you don't know where they come from. So that is what I'm telling you. Please know what you are using in your life. That's a way of learning for UPSC. This is one such question. I did the business here. That business I didn't just do it just like that, but I started learning what I was doing, what I was dealing with. So one such thing it helped me. Some people it will be you will have a interest in cars and bikes. Some people might have interest in cosmetics. Learn about cosmetics. Everybody have some hobby. You should be very thorough about what hobby you are following. Do you understand? What hobby you are doing, what hobby you have. Plants, gardening you have hobby, learn about plants, learn about horticulture. It should be out of interest. Don't force it. Some people will read books. Books also have a specific idea about what you are reading. Fiction, some people love fiction. Some people like philosophies. So please be very specific and know what you are doing. That is what is very important, not just for preparation of UPSC, but in life generally, whatever you do, you should know what you're doing. Okay, one such example is this. Next, NH4, so national highway and cities connected. So this question is again simple fact-based question. So NH4 connects Bangalore to Chennai, NH6 connects Surat, Kolkata. So this is the answer. Consider the following international agreements. International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture. Okay. United Nations Conventions to Combat Desertification. The World Heritage Convention. Which of the following has a bearing on biodiversity? See this. Biodiversity is a broader term. First one you will answer, second one you will answer. But World Heritage Convention, you will think that it is related to heritage. Why should I think about biodiversity? See, biodiversity, even in terms of these kind of question, again came in UPSC once. How? They gave some important parliamentary acts. Okay, one such question is they gave many parliamentary acts and they asked which of the following is related to biodiversity. Actually, everything. Because biodiversity is a very broader concept, that too in today's context, everybody are interested in protecting the biodiversity. So whatever convention we do, whatever we do, we have a very careful thought about protecting the biodiversity. So some people might eliminate World Heritage Convention, but this is also the important answer. Fine? Yes. Okay, this United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, we know very well. UNCCD came in this Earth Summit. Okay, in Earth Summit, they brought three conventions. Convention on Biological Diversity, and then Convention on Combating Desertification, and UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. One such is United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. This International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture is also called as Seed Treaty. Okay, this international treaty is called as Seed Treaty. In that video, you should have seen that the important data to remember in environment. Please go do and watch. In that I have spoken about International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources also. It is similar to Nagoya Protocol. If you see that I have discussed Nagoya Protocol and I have discussed that, because both are related to fair and equitable sharing of genetic resources. This international treaty is specifically related to plant genetic resources, but Nagoya Protocol, which is under CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity, is related to both plants and animals, in general genetic resources. Clear? So please be very careful about this kind of question. This World Heritage Convention, if you see about biodiversity, biodiversity has become one of the major concern today in world. So there is a possibility about discussing biodiversity in many places. So think and answer. Okay. Next, which one of the following is the correct sequence of food chain? Diatoms, crustaceans, herrings. Okay, this is again current affair. It's again data based question. So diatoms, crustaceans, herrings. Okay, what are the significances of a practical approach to sugarcane production known as sustainable sugarcane initiative? Let's see. Seed cost is very low in this compared to conventional method of cultivation. Drip irrigation can be practiced very effectively in this. There is no application of chemical or inorganic fertilizer at all in this. The scope for intercropping is more compared to the conventional method of cultivation. So obviously 4 should definitely come. What does sustainability means? Keep one thing in mind. Sustainability means which concentrate on environment, which concentrate on economy, which concentrate on society. That is convention. So that is sustainability. So first is seed cost is low, economy, right? Drip irrigation can be practiced very effectively. So you are saving water, environment. Scope for intercropping, environment. So if you are taking care of environment and economy, society will definitely be taken care of. But here, there is no application of chemical and inorganic fertilizers. If they have given just that, I would have chosen this answer. But here they have given at all, fertilizers at all in this. So I had a doubt. So third statement eliminating, I am going to the answer here. Now do you understand how I chose the answer? Sustainable sugarcane initiative. It was a current affair also, but still I am finding out the answer based on how UPSC, tries to twist the questions. I understand how it tries to twist. See, there is no application of chemical or inorganic fertilizers alone. If they have given, I would have got confused. But why they gave this term at all? They are not at all using it, means it's an extreme statement. So it's an extreme statement means you should think before answering. There is a possibility it might be right, but I am thinking and answering, and that is also right. Okay. If a wetland international important is bought under Montreal's record, keep one thing in mind. This Montreal's record. See, what is Ramsar Convention? So Ramsar Convention is a convention where they are bringing important wetlands under it. Under Ramsar Convention, you have the concept of Montreal's record. What is Montreal's record? It's a special case where if there is any wetland which is ecologically disturbed, there is a change in its character due to the result of human interference, you bring that under Montreal's record. That's all, that's the answer. Simple. It's not about country, survival, cultural practice, World Heritage Site, no. Under Ramsar Convention, if there is any wetland which has undergone some ecological change, it's like red alert. You should look into these wetlands. That is what is about Montreal's record. Okay, please be very clear about all these Ramsar Convention and Montreal's record. Which one of the following pair of islands is separated from the 10-degree channel? So it's simple, Andaman and Nicobar. Okay, 10-degree channel, 9-degree channel, please go and study all this. Okay, so the following pairs: program, project ministry, drought prone area, desert development program, national watershed development projects for drain fed areas. Fine. So here answer is D, none. Why? We will see. National watershed program is under Ministry of Agriculture. Okay, so this is wrong. Desert development program. Okay, so answer is D, none of the above. With reference to Bombay Natural History Society, consider the following statement. It is an autonomous organization under the ministry. No. See, Bombay Natural History Society is not under any ministry. It's completely separate. Okay. I'm eliminating the option 1. So I have 1 and 3 only, or 2 and 3 only, or 2 only. It strives to conserve nature through action-based research, education, and public awareness. True. It organizes and conducts national trails and campaigns for general public. That's also true. The answer is 2 and 3 only. Okay, BNHS, Bombay Natural History Society. Global Environment Facility. So this has been asked already once. This is new. I mean, they are asking it again. The answer, it serves as a financial mechanism for CBD. CBD, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. See, this Global Environment Facility is a financial mechanism. It acts as a financial mechanism for many things. Even for Montreal Protocol, it indirectly served as a financial mechanism. CCD, CBD, UNCCD, and then UNFCCC. Many organizations, it serves as a financial facility. Okay, financial mechanism. Answer is A. With reference to technology for solar power production, consider the following statement. So the basics of solar power production is the question here. Okay, yes. Okay, fine. With reference to technology for solar power production, consider the following statement. Photovoltaics is a technology that generates electricity by direct conversion of light into electricity, while solar thermal is a technology that utilizes the sun rays to generate heat, which is further used in electricity generation process. Okay. Photovoltaics generates alternating current, while solar thermal generates direct current. India has manufacturing base of solar thermal technology but not photovoltaics. The answer is one only. I'll tell you why. First statement is right. It's completely related to the concept. Photovoltaics means what happens, it falls on a material. So that material, when it crosses the threshold level, it emits electrons. So that electron generates electricity. That's right. Solar thermal means it is used to heat something, and that heat difference is used to generate electricity. So the first statement is right. But keep one thing in mind, both photovoltaics and thermal generates direct current only, not alternating current. Keep that in mind. And India has a manufacturing base of solar thermal technology only, but not photovoltaics is wrong. Okay, so it is having a manufacturing base for photovoltaic, not solar thermal. Gujarati, Kannada, Telugu. Which of the following has classical language status? Kannada and Telugu has classical language status. Gujarati do not have classical language status. Okay, you should definitely go and see what are the classical languages. Dampa Tiger Reserve, Gumti Wildlife Sanctuary, Saramati's Peak. The answer is 1 and 3 only, because Gumti is in Tripura. These all came from current affairs. These are all questions that came from current affairs. Okay. With reference to conservation organization called Wetlands International, okay, which of the following statement is correct? It's an intergovernmental organization. First statement is wrong. It's not an intergovernmental organization. It's a partnership organization, global non-governmental organization. It works with the field to develop and mobilize knowledge. That is right. Second statement is right. Okay, first statement is wrong. I already told you how you should study international organization, name of the organization, what is the main objective, what kind of organization is it? Is it an intergovernmental organization or a partnership organization or an international non-governmental organization? If you just know these, you can answer any question related to international organizations. Okay? Yes. With reference to grouping of countries known as BRICS, consider the following statement. The answer is B, because the first South Africa was the last to join. That's right. But the answer is B, because the first summit took place in Russia. Okay. Diphtheria, chickenpox, smallpox. Which of the following has been eradicated in India? Chickenpox has not been eradicated. We know very well chickenpox comes to people even today. So I'm eliminating the second option. So it should be either 3 only or none. But we know very well smallpox has been eradicated in India. Yes, so the answer is B. Smallpox has been eradicated in India. It has been eradicated in 1979 itself. I know that very well. Chickenpox, see, I don't know about diphtheria, but I know about chickenpox because I even got chickenpox 2 to 3 years back. I even got chickenpox. So chickenpox has not been eradicated because it is not that deadly disease. Chickenpox is like it's a viral disease. You get it during summer, and it stays there. You take some medicines, it can be arrested, and it will get cured, and you will get immunity for that, and you will be good. Okay, for minimum of 10 to 15 years you won't be getting chickenpox. But smallpox is not like that. Once you get smallpox, it can even damage your nervous system, and the scar will stay forever on our body. So smallpox have been eliminated very long back in 1917 itself. I know that very well, because today you can't see people suffering from smallpox. I don't know about the scientific data, but I am applying it to my day-to-day life and I am seeing it. Smallpox has been eradicated. I know that very well because I'm not seeing people having smallpox now. So the answer is 3 only. Okay. Diphtheria I don't know about, but I'm eliminating the options and I'm getting the answer. Which of the following phenomena might have been influenced the evolution of organism? Continental drift, glacial cycles. Both have, both have influence the evolution of organisms. That's very true. Continental drift, when continent divided, okay, what happened? Uh, the animals, the same species of animals got separated from one place to another. So those animals got evolved based on the which place they are in as the present time. Glacial cycles are also based on that only. So ice age, and then ice age went, the climatic condition changed, the environmental factors had impact on animals, so the evolution changed. Other than poaching, what are the possible reasons for declining population of Gangetic river dolphins? See this, keep one thing in mind. Crocodiles do not live in rivers. Okay, keep that in mind. So crocodiles population have nothing to do with dolphins. So that is one thing. So construction of dams, getting trapped in fishing nets, usage of synthetic, that is all right. 1, 3 and 4 only. Crocodiles are not competition for Gangetic dolphins. Keep that in mind. Okay. Radcliffe Committee was appointed to delimit the boundaries between India and Pakistan. Straight question, no doubt at all. Radcliffe Committee was there to draw the boundary between India and Pakistan. Brominated flame retardants are used in many household products like mattresses and upholstery. Why is there some concern about their use? They are highly resistant to degradation in the environment. They are able to accumulate in human animals. Both are right. Okay. See, brominated flame retardants are highly resistant to, they are not biodegradable. Okay, and then they are able to get accumulated. Sometimes human child from some animals can feed on it. We feed on those animals in future. uh, Sometimes a hen can feed on it. We are feeding on chicken, so it might get accumulated in human beings and animals. Bromine. Bats, bears, rodents, the phenomenon of hibernation can be observed in which are the following? Bears and rodents I know for very sure, and bats also, yes. Hibernation, hibernation I know very well. Bears undergo hibernation. Rodents also. Hibernation is a process. Winter sleeping. That is what they do is, in spring and summer they consume more food and they take more energy, and then in winter they go into some holes or burrows, and then they just go for sleep. Sleep means not literal sleep, they just reduce their metabolic activities. The heartbeat reduces, the basal metabolic rate reduces. They just sleep for a very long time and come back when the winter is over. So all the above is the answer. 2 and 3 is not, I know very well 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is not the answer here, so I'm going for 1, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is available only in one option, I'm going for 1, 2 and 3. Okay, this is how you should go to the conclusion. Sometimes it is not possible, you know all the answers. So you should go to these kind of questions, concepts. Which one of the following is the largest committee of parliament? So it's Committee on Estimates, Parliamentary Committees, Committee on Estimates. Which of the following adds carbon dioxide to the carbon cycle on the planet? See, that is, see, controlling the metabolism is, it's a process in their body. It's in their body. Their heartbeat reduces, the respiration rate reduces. So what happens when the respiration rate reduces, oxidation rate reduces in your body. So the stored food will not be taken out easily. Very few amount of food will be taken out. Okay, so what happens when you have stored food, your respiration rate is less, heartbeat has reduced, the speed of heart has reduced. So you need not have food. So your stored energy will help you survive for that winter months, 3 months or 4 months. And then they come outside and search for food and they start consuming food and they live a normal life. But towards winter, what happens? They immediately start consuming more food. If you have seen this Jungle Book, in that what happens, the bear will cheat Mowgli, saying that it will go for hibernation and will use Mowgli to take more honey. Only when the jaguar comes, it will say that he is cheating, he is not going for hibernation, something like that. In that also they have spoken about hibernation. Okay, which are the following adds carbon dioxide? See this, add carbon dioxide to the carbon cycle. Volcanic action, true. Respiration, true. Decaying of organic matter, true. Photosynthesis takes in carbon dioxide. I am eliminating third option, so I am getting the answer. Simple. See, photosynthesis, many people will be in a hurry. They'll think photosynthesis is right and will write answer. But in photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is taken inside. They're asking about adding the carbon, adding the, carbon dioxide to the carbon cycle. Please be very careful in answering these questions. See, these kind of simple question only where you will commit mistake, because you'll be overconfident in answering these questions. Please be very careful in answering these questions. Okay. If you walk through countryside, you are likely to see some birds stalking alongside the cattle to seize the insect disturbed by their move through grasses. Which of the following is or are such birds? Okay. Painted stork. Okay, painted. Okay, sorry. Common myna. Okay. See, answer is two only, because painted stork and crane are not found in this, grasses lands. Painted stork, black necked crane usually we see in wetlands. But common myna you can be seeing in the fields. If you are going on the countryside, you can be seeing in the field. And common myna also have a symbiotic relationship with cattle. How they sit on the cattle and eat on those sticks which is on the cattles. Okay, so according to this, the cattles are free from ticks, and common myna get food from the ticks. So it's a mutualism. Okay, next. Which of the following have coral reefs? Okay, Gulf of Kutch definitely has. Andaman and Nicobar has. Gulf of Mannar, Sundarbans definitely no. So I'm eliminating fourth option. So it should be 1, 2, 1, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only. I know very well 2 has, so answer is 1, 2 and 3 only. Clear? Sundarbans has no. Where are the corals in India? I'll tell you. I'll show the map itself. Fine. Lakshadweep, you have corals. Here in Gulf of Kutch, you have corals. This place, you have corals. This place, you have corals, Gulf of Mannar. And then Andaman and Nicobar Islands, you have corals. Fine. So that's all. I have shown you the map here. Lakshadweep Islands, Gulf of Mannar, Andaman Nicobar. Okay. Yes. In India, the problem of soil erosion is associated with which of the following? Terrace cultivation, deforestation, tropical climate. Okay. Terrace cultivation, deforestation, I know for sure soil erosion they are responsible for, because deforestation are the major reason, and terrace cultivation means, on the slope of the mountains, you could have seen like they have cultivated like this. Here rice fields will be there, here rice fields will be there. So when you're cultivating on the slope, when there is a rainfall, obviously it will result in soil erosion, because easy flow of water will take place and it will result in soil erosion. But tropical climate, how? Okay, fine, sorry. So terrace cultivation is not responsible, it is against soil erosion. So deforestation is the answer. Definitely not tropical climate. Tropical climate is not the answer. So eliminating the tropical climate, you have 1 and 2 only, 2 only. Answer is 2 only. Deforestation is the straight answer. The seasonal reversal of wind is the typical characteristics of monsoon climate. Very easy question. Seasonal reversal. Southwest monsoon, northeast monsoon. Southwest monsoon comes from sea to land. Northeast monsoon is, we call it as retreating monsoon, because it goes back. So monsoon climate. With reference to cultural history of India, the term Panchayatan refers to assembly of village elders, a religious sect, style of temple construction, an administrative functionary. It's related to style of temple construction. Okay. Consider following: Barak, Lohit, Subansri. Which of the following flows through Arunachal Pradesh? See, this kind of question comes from current affairs. How? there should be something related to these rivers straight away, or something related to some national parks or wildlife sanctuary. So these kind of questions are related to data. So unless and until you have studied them in current affairs or you know about the data, do not touch these kind of questions. So data kind of questions are having only 50-50 opportunity. Either you are correct, you are wrong. You can't take chances in these questions. So the answer is B, 2 and 3 only. Fine, unless and until you know the answer, you have studied in current affairs or you know the data. See, these kind of questions without knowing the data, you cannot answer. Some questions you can answer without knowing the data. Okay, these kind of questions and all you can answer without knowing the data. But these data-based questions, you should be very sure about data unless and until you don't touch those questions. Hurricane wetlands, Keoladio National Park, Kolleru Lake. So this is again current affair. Yeah. Harike wetlands, confluence of Bias Satluj is the right answer. Keoladio National Park, you can see it in the Rajasthan. So that's not the right thing. Okay. Which of the following pairs does not form the part of 6 systems of Indian philosophy? Mimamsa, Vedanta, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Lokayakta, Kap. Okay. This is the thing. Lokayakta and Kapalika are not in the 6 systems of Indian philosophy. Mimamsa, Vedanta, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga. These are the 6 philosophies of Indian systems. But this too is not, it's a straight question. Very easy and straight question. Okay. Cardamom Hills, Coromandel Coast, Kaimur Hills, Konkan Coast, Madhyo Hills, Central India, Mihir Hills, Northeast India. The answer is C, 3 and 4. Which of the following is correctly matched? Okay. Yes. Which of the following schedules of Indian Constitution provides regarding anti-defection? This question might come this year, I guess, because there was a very famous case going in Rajasthan related to this anti-defection. Because Supreme Court has given verdict recently saying that anti-defection law is not against right to expression. Because there was a case saying that this anti-defection is against the right to expression of MPs and MLAs, but Supreme Court has given verdict, no, it is not against right to expression. So this anti-defection related concepts, please go and study. This year you might get questions from the anti-defection law. The most important strategy for the conservation of biodiversity together with the traditional human life is the establishment of biosphere reserves. Okay, so in biosphere reserve, what happens? You have community conservation concept. That is what they're asking. Traditional human life. See, national parks and wildlife sanctuary, human beings are not allowed inside. We know that very well. But in biosphere reserve, we have core zone, buffer zone. In buffer zone itself, they are allowing the human beings and activities are available. And then transitional zone, we have more availability and application. So biosphere reserves is the answer. Turkey is located between, see, I told you already. See, Turkey is located between Africa and Asia. Okay, so this is what is the speciality of Turkey. So Caspian Sea is somewhere in north. So this might not be the answer. Black Sea and Mediterranean Sea, Gulf of Suez, Mediterranean Sea, Gulf of Aqaba and Dead Sea. So the answer is B. Black Sea and Mediterranean Sea is the answer. Okay, so just go and see the map. Very, very important. Please be very clear. You should be able to eliminate. Okay, yes. What is the correct sequence of occurrence of the following cities in the Southeast Asia? One proceeds from south to north. Bangkok, Jakarta, Hanoi, Singapore. Answer is C, 3412. 3412. Why this is very important is it's a trade route. Any ship which is traveling from east to west, west to east or east to west should definitely cross these places. That is why it has been in news. Okay, we know very well when you are traveling through ship from west to east, we don't choose the Pacific Ocean side. On the other side, you have Pacific Ocean. Yes, this side you have Atlantic Ocean, and you should come through Indian Ocean, and then you should pass through that Singapore, that place, and then you should go to this Pacific Ocean and you reach Australia, or north if you go, you reach China, Japan, all these things. But why this is very important is that ships cannot travel in one stretch. They need land in between to halt, to recharge their food supply, to recharge their fuel, all these things. So these places are very important trade routes. That is why it has been in question. Okay. The scientific view is that the increase in global temperature should not exceed, it's not 20 degrees Celsius, it's 2 degrees Celsius. 2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial level. The global temperatures increases beyond 3 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial levels. What can be the impact? Simply they're asking about global warming. What is the impact of global warming? Terrestrial biosphere tends towards a net carbon source. Widespread coral mortality will definitely occur. Global warming will result in coral mortality. All the global wetlands will permanently disappear. Cultivation of cereals will not be possible. This is not right. Second will come, four will not come. So you are eliminating these two. How can you say that cereals cannot be cultivated at all? You can't say that. Second will definitely come. So the answer is B. See, how did I choose? See, second I know for very sure. Cultivation of cereals will not be possible at all anywhere in the world. It's a complete extreme statement. You can't say that it's possible. Maybe seashores will go inside, glacial changes will occur, climate change will take place. Cereals might be cultivated, but some places it will be affected. Agriculture will definitely be affected. But you cannot say that cereals cannot be cultivated at all. I'm eliminating the fourth option. So I'm eliminating the fourth option. I know 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3. I know very well the second option should definitely come. So the answer is 1 and 2 only. The national motto of India, Satyameva Jayate, inscribed below the emblem of India, is taken from Mundaka Upanishad. It's a straight question. Mundaka Upanishad. Satyameva Jayate. Satyameva Jayate is truth alone triumphs. That's Satyameva Jayate. Mundaka Upanishad. The Constitution of India, promotion of international peace and security. This question has been asked minimum twice. Directive Principles of State Policy, Article 51. Okay. Yes. What are the benefits? Integrated Watershed Development Program, prevention of soil runoff, linking the country's perennial rivers with seasonal rivers, rainwater harvesting. 1 and 3 definitely will come. So if you see 1 and 3, you have either it in the C or 1, 2, 3 and 4. So answer is C, because the linking of river because this integrated watershed management development program has been implemented and successful. That linking of perennial rivers with seasonal rivers has not been implemented even till today. So that cannot be the answer. So I'm eliminating the second option itself. I get the answer straight away. Okay. Yes. Which of the following is associated with planning in India? Okay. So let's see. Answer is C, 2 and 5 only. National Development Council, Parliament. Okay, that's the answer. Functions of Cabinet Secretariat. Preparation of agenda for cabinet meetings, secretariat assistance to cabinet meeting. Allocation of financial resources to ministry is not the work of cabinet secretariat. So 1 and 2 only should be the answer. See, statement 3 is incorrect because this financial resources is done by finance ministry through budget. Fine. So it is not done by, see very carefully, preparation of, what is the function of cabinet secretariat? They prepare the agenda for cabinet meetings, right? Secretariat assistance to cabinet meetings, right? But allocation of financial resources to ministry is done by the finance ministry through budget. Through budget, they give clearly what are all the financial resources needed for that financial year, and they do the demand for grants. Vote of grant will take place, and then they will go to appropriation bill, and by appropriation bill they take the money out and they allot for the ministries. That is done through the budget, and that is done by the finance ministry. That has nothing to do with cabinet secretariat. So the answer is 1 and 2 only. Okay. A constitutional government is one which places effective restriction on individual liberty in the interest of state authority. Okay. Places effective restriction on the authority of state in the interest of individual liberty. Second statement is right. Effective restriction, that is what is called as fundamental right. But effective restriction on individual liberty in the interest of state authority is something we should think about. If they are saying interest of society or interest of general public or common good, we can think about, yes, our constitution has, we have reasonable restrictions in terms of morality of society, all these concepts. But in terms of state, for the interest of state, we do not compensate on the individual liberty. The first statement is wrong, so the answer is 2 only. Okay. Which of the following are the discretionary powers given to the governor of state? Discretionary powers. Sending report to the President of India for imposing President's rule, appointing the ministers, reserving certain bills passed by the state legislature for the consideration of President of India, making the rules to conduct the business of state government. See, this question, one interesting thing was this one. Many people think that reserving certain bills passed by the state legislature is the discretionary power of governor. No. But according to Indian constitution, there are certain bills which is obligatory for the governor to reserve for the president, which means it is compulsory that definitely it should be preserved for the governor's, for the president's view. So you are eliminating the third option itself, you get the answer. It is straight away from the constitution. You do not need to think at all. Okay. See, discretionary means the governor can do or cannot do. It is left to his decision. But reserving certain bills by the state legislature for the consideration of President of India is, is not a discretionary power. Okay. So this is the thing. So no. See, this question I'm readily eliminating. Even in the Telegram channel, I have shared once. Reserving certain bills passed by the state legislature. Okay. 1 second, guys. I'll tell you how I got deceived in this. See very clearly. Here they have given certain bills, not all bills. If all bills, it is wrong, because I will again share that a link, or I will just tell you how to go and search as, I will just tell you what is that link. See, there is a government source which is giving us two kinds of bills. So there are certain bills which governor can reserve or need not reserve. But there are certain bills governor should definitely reserve for the president. Okay. So here if they have given reserve all the bills, the statement is wrong. They have only given certain bills. So the statement is right. So appointing the ministers. So here the answer is 1 and 3 only. Minister's appointment is not a discretionary power, it's a compulsory power, compulsory duty. The governor only can appoint the ministers. First is right, third is right. But the second statement, if you see, consider the making the rules to conduct business is a discretionary power. Okay, yes. The answer is 1 and 3 only. Okay, answer is 1 and 3 only. Clear? According to Article 166, Clause 3, the governor shall make rules for more convenient transaction of business of government of the state, allocating among ministers of the said business in so far, and it is not business with respect to the governor, he is by or under the constitution required to act in his discretion. Governor does not come under the discretionary, statement 4 does not come under the discretionary power of government. Ministers are appointed by the governor on the advice of CM, hence it is not a discretionary power. Okay. So thank you so much. Today's class was very good. So share this video, like this video. Do not forget to subscribe. I'm telling you again, there is going to be a hike very soon. Who are giving your attempt this year or next year, if you are deciding to, subscribe, please do it very fast. Okay, there is going to be a hike very soon. And I told you about 3 special classes. Important data to be remembered in terms of environment. Second, important data to be remembered in terms of modern India. And third one, see my polity videos. So if you see these 3 videos, you can answer majority of questions. Okay, yes. Next class I will inform you in this Telegram channel. Okay. Next we will be having special classes in this month. Within this 30th, we will be having some special classes. I will inform you in the Telegram channel. Okay. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you all. You have been a very good learner. And all the best. I would wish every one of you here to clear the examination and have your name on the list.